Well, there's been a renewed call for a legislative investigation into the pay raise scandal in the state higher education department.
A new interim president is expected to be in place later this week following two high-level resignations on Friday. Our chief political correspondent Mark Davis live with the latest on the finger pointing. Mark?
Hi, Darren and Sonia. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. Yeah, one Republican leader says that there are just too many questions not to move forward with some kind of investigation. Governor Malloy toured a Bridgeport elementary school this afternoon, but it was the mess at the state's newly merged higher education system that is continuing to reverberate at the Capitol.
These guys went and then screwed it up by doing something that they shouldn't have done or should have known better, and that's why they ultimately were held accountable.
He's talking about public college and university system president Robert Kennedy and his vice president Mike Miotti, who both resigned on Friday following disclosure that they approved without authority over $250,000 in pay raises, including a $48,000 raise for Miotti. When did you find out that these raises had gone out?
When we heard from the press is exactly when we found out, and within days resignations were accepted.
Did you ask for the resignations of Miotti and Kennedy?
Let us just say they came about.
Malloy points out that the merger of the state universities and community colleges has resulted in over $5 million in savings. It has been badly muddied by the scandal.
We as a legislative body approved what was the most historic, massive reorganization of higher ed. And we need to know what's going on, and we don't have those answers yet.
The Board of Regents for Higher Education has called another emergency meeting for tomorrow for a special committee to look into the pay raises and other issues. But Cafaro is renewing his call for an investigation by the legislature.
The fact that our governor's office, at a time when we're trying to understand our budget, which is in deficit, would have no idea that $250,000 had been given out since January, that's a question that needs to be answered.
Well, if you remember, I wanted to have more control over that part of government, and the legislature, including the Republicans, wouldn't give it to me.
But Cafaro says further questions like why Kennedy was allowed to run the system for 6 weeks while he was living out of state, and if the 12 community college presidents were actually asked to leave, must be addressed. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.